It's Project Cargo Professionals. We're live at Breakbulk Middle East, and I am with ALE Yoldashov, ALE Kazakhstan. Ali, some of our viewers might be surprised or interested to see that the name ALE is still in existence. So can you explain how that happened to be?
Yeah, that's the question that I always get questioned actually, and people do ask it, what's happening with ALE? The thing is, ALE never disappeared. So we just kept on working. We were just busy with our projects, and we just market evolved and the brand evolved, but the core stayed the same. So in where we are in our region, the clients, the partners, they're not interested in shiny announcements or the big brands. What they want is a company, a partner that they can trust, and who can do massive lifts of 600 tons or transportation of 1,000 ton pieces. And this is where we step in. We've been there for ages now, and we've got reputation, we've got trust, and this is our business. So we just kept on going.
But you're the lucky one. You're the only one that got to keep the name ALE.
This is because our history was ALE, so we've been there since 2013. So I was one of the first people who actually set the company up in 2013, and then since there we took it over, and we've been working under this brand, and people do know us like ALE.
So I know you guys are obviously specialists for the whole of Central Asia. Can you tell us a bit about your fleet and the projects that you're working on at the moment?
Yeah, sure. The fleet that we've got is not limited only just for modular trailers, for self-propelled trailers. So I usually explain it simply, saying that we're not just a holding company who's got the right equipment. We are tailor-made heavy lift and heavy transport subcontractor in Central Asia and in Kazakhstan. So, but our main main activities are about the lifting, the heavy transportation. We do the jacking and lifting systems, but then again we also do operate in the ports. We do the staging operations, transshipment and unloading the vessels, and all that requires for those projects where we are at.
And I hear on my podcast all the time, especially from the freight forwarding community, saying that they want to open up in Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan. Everybody wants to come to Central Asia, it feels like. Why is that? And does that mean that you've also got loads of business?
It's keeping us busy, actually. There are many EPC contractors, international EPC contractors, many international freight forwarders keep on opening their branches, keep on developing in Central Asia's countries. And they do understand that the place we're at is kind of remote from everybody and from everywhere. And in that countries, you need somebody that you can trust, somebody reliable that can do the job. And this is where we step in. We know the local constraints. We know how to minimize the risk. We know how to do the surveys. We know how to come up from the certain difficulties in the region. So that's our place to be.
And what are the major difficulties? What are the major constraints that you have, especially on the Caspian?
Yeah, I would say the managing constraints is a big thing in Caspian. It's all not limited, but it's all about the weather windows, because weather can go really, really drastic in Central Asian countries. Then it is a water draft in the ports. Then it is breach conditions, road infrastructure, absence of surveys, absence of the right tools and the equipment. So, and the managing in these constraints is something that we do, and we're always giving the client the early solutions. So we always have plan B.
And I saw a LinkedIn post that you made about a 1,000-ton shipment. Can you tell us something about that?
I love this post, actually. It's not about the weight, you see, Luke. People do think that it's really about the weight of the cargo, but I would say in this project it was about the managing all these stakeholders. It was about the control. Our engineers and our people, they were doing this surveys from time to time, during the daytime, during the nighttime, and different seasonal impacts that we could have. We knew all the curves, all the turns, all the hills and bridges and its capacities of these bridges. And when we did the job, when we completed the job, somebody from the site said, well, that was actually boring, and
It was too easy.
it was.
Everything went to plan.
And that's the thing, that's what I'm saying, that if somebody thinks that it was boring, that means engineering did its job well.
And I also saw that you've been involved in decommissioning wind farms. Was that in Kazakhstan or other countries as well?
It was in Kazakhstan. Yeah.
Tell us about the complexities that are involved in that, because I gather it's not just tear it down.
The thing is, people do think that it's just a reverse operation. So whatever you
Demolition job.
Demolition job, yeah. But in reality, we're dealing with the cargo, with tower sections, with the blades, with unknown conditions. So they've been there years. And it's not just a reverse operation. I would say the main challenge here is just you need to have a real planning. You need to do the proper staging. You need to do the transportation of these items, which was weird and teared during the period, and then you need to send it somewhere for cycling. That's the core element here is the planning.
So it can be dangerous then if you don't know the state of the structure.
That's right. That can be really dangerous. Our job is a dangerous thing to do. Actually, it's a high risk.
Yeah, and talk to us about new tools that are available to help you plan loads, how they're helping the way that you work.
Yeah, we do develop these tools. So we've got the route survey tools, we've got LiDARs, we've got all these 3D drones, and we're working a lot with it. So we're doing the surveys, we're always helping, supporting our business partners to get their budget and to get approval for these budgets. And tools do help, but I would say it's always people, it's always experience behind these tools that actually work out at the end.
Great, and tell us a bit about the future of ALE Kazakhstan then, and how long we'll see the name around.
The future is bright. Future is not far away. People do ask me, say, do you want to go for a bigger scale? Do you want to open in the other branches? Do you want to do other countries? To be honest, it's yes and no. It's like, I don't want to be everywhere just for the sake of being, I just don't want to be too tight in sending equipment and people in the countries that we're just going to start. I want to be there where ALE is needed and people do require ALE services.
Ali, all the best. Thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much, Luke. All the best.
Thank you.
Cheers.